Hi, my name's Dean. Welcome to The Lawn Game, where I share tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your lawn care business so that gives you the freedom that you want. Think about subscribing. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about the importance of simply showing up when a client contacts you to give them a quote for their lawn. And that simple thing alone will get you in the game and will surprisingly get you quite high up in the game. But in this video, I want to talk about a little trick that I use, and I guarantee you that most other lawn care businesses out there are not doing this, and this will really get you ahead of the game. So when you're spending a whole bunch of time and money and energy on marketing, you want to make sure that you make the most out of that, because otherwise you're wasting your time and money and energy. So this tip is going to really help you clean up on the back end there. And that's the importance of follow-up. So if you go and take the time to go and do a quote for a client, a potential client, and then you don't hear back from them for 2 or 3 days, you need to follow up. And it's such a simple thing to do, and you've already spent the time and money and energy to get that contact with the client and then to go and do the quote. And so you really need to understand that just because they haven't contacted you yet, it doesn't mean you haven't won the job. So people are really busy. You know, people have families, they have kids, they have jobs, they've got so much going on in their lives that even though you're probably thinking about lawns all the time, they're not. And so just because they haven't contacted you yet, it doesn't mean you haven't got the job. So yeah, that's a really important thing. And so I just have an example from just last week where I sent a quote out to a client and I thought I'd overpriced it and thought I'd missed out on it. But anyway, they hadn't contacted me after the quote, and I just sent them this simple message. This is exactly how I said it. I also sent them a little bit of extra gardening work, so this might be a slightly different message that you would want to send if it was someone who was just after lawn care, but the essential message is the same. So I just said, hello, hi, the person's name. I'm just checking in to make sure you received our quote for yard work. Please let me know if you have any questions or want to make any changes to the quote. Warm regards, and then my full name and my business name. So it's a super simple message. It's not invasive at all, it's not pushy, it's just checking in. It really is a checking in message. And this person actually did get back to me and they're like, yep, that's great, when can you come and do the work? So I did end up winning that job, and that's actually a really good client as well. So I just want to make that point that just because they haven't contacted you after 2 or 3 days, it doesn't mean you haven't won the job. And if you're that person that follows up, you're ahead of the game and you're really cleaning up on the back end and making the most out of all of the marketing work that you're doing. Okay, so if you don't follow up on your quotes, you're not ahead of the game. Okay, and remember, it's just a game. So in upcoming videos, I'm going to talk just a little bit more about mindset using Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, just to get you into the mindset of how the lawn care game works. And then I'm going to go into a little bit more of the logistics, how to do a good job, and those types of things. So if that seems interesting to you, then please subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.